Hey guys, welcome back to another Buddy Fight video. Today, finally, the long-awaited Star Dragon World deck profile. I'm really sorry guys, this took me way longer than it should have been. I don't know why. I kept thinking about the deck and how I wanted to keep making it better, and also incorporating some size 3 monsters like Balsolei was pretty hard for me, especially finding the right balance. Eventually I swayed more towards monsters than spells, which I kind of regret, but yeah, it's still a pretty decent deck guys, so I want to know what you guys think. Tell me in the comments below, but without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. So, first off, we got the very nice, secret rare Dr. Garflag right there, looking amazing. I don't know why I have another version of him that I pulled both from one box. Leave a link to that video in the description below. And I also have his other alternate artwork for some reason. But yeah, I really like this Star Dragon World flag and it's secret rare, so, you know, Dr. Gar's cool. So, yeah, I got that flag. And then my buddy is Star Dragoner Jackknife. Just the regular rare version. So yeah guys, the deck I believe is exactly 60 cards. I counted it. It just looks really tall because of the sleeves. Like I can literally press it down and it'll just like go back up. But anyways, let's get straight into it. First off, starting with the impact monsters, we got two Jackknife full Liberate cannons right here guys. This card in the deck for that effect damage, the fact that you can get rid of, you know, deal the extra chip damage, especially if you can't take out the monster, your opponent's center, you need to deal that effect damage, and you know, it's Jack's first impact monster, and you know, gotta get some good impact monsters in the deck, so we got two of those right there. Sorry, I can't speak English guys, I'm trying hard, I'm trying. So, then we got two Jackknife Galactical Punisher. Of course, for that offense, the fact that its damage can't be reduced. I only have one Jack Arms, J Galaxon, I believe it's called, that makes it so that his attack can't be nullified. So, basically, it can't be nullified or reduced, so it's basically like, becomes a Gargantuar Punisher that's a monster. And when it enters the field, you get to put a card from your drop zone into the soul. So we got two of those right there, SP and triple rare version. Pretty good Jack Impact monster, especially with that high power if you need to take out your opponent's center. And of course, penetrate as well. So we got two copies of that card right there. Moving on, we have one Star Dragon of Bonds Jackknife. And I don't know why, I just really hate the gold bordering that they did for Buddy Fight Triple T. It just didn't make, like, Secret and Buddy Rare cards special anymore. But yeah, guys, this is a really interesting Jackknife. Basically, see its ability of an item equipped, gets power and defense buff, and also gives your items buff, which is pretty good. And when it attacks, deal 1 damage with effect, and also got move and soul guard, so you can have it with your item, if you want to do that. And it's also a good card for your drop zone into a soul, if you need to give him that move or extra power, critical, whatever you want from your drop zone. So, one copy of that. Then we got this, a copy of this card right here, Inverse Second Omni Demon Lord, Samodai. Guys, in my opinion, this is one of the most broken cards in Buddy Fight. Like, I know it's not too overpowered, but still, guys, in my opinion, it's broken. Anyways, it's only 2 gauge to call, guys. It's Omnilord, so you can use it in any world. But again, you can only have 1 copy of him. He's got 50,000 power, guys. 50,000. That one-shots Miseria. Plus, he's got Penetrate and a critical of 3. With 10,000 defense, guys. Which, nowadays, is pretty easy to beat. But back then, you could say it's a little bit harder. Like, now you could just bring out like Battle Dragon, but still, he is size 3 though, which is a problem. But again guys, only 2 Gishiko with insane stats, and when he's destroyed, you put the top 3 cards of your deck into the drop zone, call up to 3 monsters from among them, or on separate areas without paying call cost, guys, without paying the call cost, and you just bring them on the field, which is in my opinion incredible. He only has Lifelink 2, guys, only Lifelink 2. He doesn't have Lifelink 5 like Miseria, but still, his like, he's just such a good card, guys. Like, if you're lucky, you can get a Dragon Arms and maybe a Jack and another size 1. You can literally fill up your entire field, and then it becomes your turn, and then you can just bring out just a ton of monsters and absolutely devastate your opponent. So in my opinion, this card's really good, especially the fact that it's without call cost, guys. So, really good, size 3 monster. So, we got 1 copy of him in the deck. Moving on, guys, we got 2 Super Sun Dragon Balsoleis in the deck. Buddy Rare and Triple Rare versions right here, guys. As you can see, his ability, popping center, so it really helps if you need to clear your center, you know, deal that damage. Plus, it also reduces damage, so it's kind of like a control card, because your opponent kind of has to take it out, or else the damage you take is reduced by 1. Plus, he's got some decent stats, you know, that double attack, and can get critical of 3 for 6 damage, and of course, popping your opponent's center. So, we got 2 copies of that card right there. And also, really quickly, guys, just really curious, I wasn't too sure about this. If Jack, let's say, has like 3 cards in its soul, and I call Balsolei, and put Jack into a soul, does the soul from Jack go into Balsolei's soul? I think it's kind of obvious. I tried looking up the answer on the Buddy Fight website. I couldn't find it out. So guys, tell me what you think in the description below. That'd be really helpful. But yeah, I'm not too sure about that. I'm pretty sure that all the soul from the monster does get put into Balsolei's soul as well. But yeah, 2 copies of Super Sun Dragon, Battle Soleil. Then we've got 2 copies of our buddy right here, Star Dragon or Jackknife. Again, you get to look at the top 3 cards of your deck, then choose one of them, put it into his soul, and put the rest into your drop zone. And he's also got Soul Guard and pretty high stats, like critical 3. That's pretty good for only 1 gauge. And the fact that you get to search your top 3 cards of your deck, and of course getting those cards into drop zone. So we've got 2 copies of him right there. I only have 1 copy of him, Future Gaze of Jackknife, unfortunately, because I haven't opened too many Annihilate. Actually, I have, but, you know, my luck is bad. We've got size 2 monster right here, and I should probably do some more trading. He's got decent stats, guys. Only 1 gauge. Kind of the same ability for Jackknife, drop zone into his soul. But he has this special thing. I don't know if other Jackknives have had it. I don't think they have. But as you see right there, you guys can pause the video, have a look at the spec. There are 4 more cards in your drop zone. This card gets Power plus 2,000 and Defense plus 2,000, which is decent stats. Then if you have 8 or more cards, this card gets Penetrate as well, with Move and Soul Guard already part of his ability. So, pretty decent. The fact that you can get Penetrate, Move, and Soul Guard if you meet the requirements without any Dragon Arms is of course really good. But of course the Dragon Arms also boost his ability as well. So we got 1 copy of him. We've got 2 copies of Star Guardian Jackknife, 1 Buddy Reversion. Yeah guys, check it out. This is the glorious days from, I think, BTO2, Galaxy Burst. Beautiful. Star Guardian Jackknife Buddy Rare, guys. Pause the video, have a look at that. But while I'm holding it right there, we've also got his triple rare version right here. Basically, it's a really simple card. 6,000 defense, guys. That's pretty good. Especially for average for size 2. Only 1 gauge to go again, and enters the field with a 1 monster who drops in his card. So, and of course, the Star Guardian Jackknife. He's awesome. So, of course, we gotta have him in the deck. 2 copies of him. We've got 1 copy of this card right here. The Genesis Omega Big Bang. You got 5,000 power, 5,000 defense, critical 2, size 2. Basically, 1 gauge, again, so it's basically like a Jackknife call costs, again, but his ability is really unique. It's not a counter, so you do have to use it during your turn, but you put Dragon Knife on this card's soul into drop zone and destroy a card on your opponent's field. Unfortunately, you can only use it once per turn, but he's also got Soul Guard, so yeah, the fact that you can destroy a card still makes him pretty valuable, with decent stats. 525, not bad. Moving on to the size 1 monsters now, we've got 2 Star Dragon or Luminous Blue, probably one of my favorite Star Dragon World cards. You know, maybe after Jack and a few other, but this card is really good. Its stats do look really low, 121. It is size 1, so you can use it with Jack. Basically, it gets 1,000 power, 1,000 defense. You guys pause the video for each soul in cards on your field, including its own, I'm pretty sure. And when this card attacks, you may put a monster from your drop zone into soul of Neo Dragon on your field, Soul Guard. So your opponent kind of has to attack Star Dragon or Luminous Blue, or else you can just keep putting soul from your drop zone into your other Neo Dragon you have on your field. So super useful, especially, and it's also during your battle phase when it attacks. You can, let's say you have, Star Dragon or Jackknife on your field. You can attack, then put a soul into Star Dragon or Jackknife, and then impact call, and you'll still have that soul. So basically getting that extra soul before your final phase, which can also be super helpful, or for the end of your turn. So we've got 2 copies of him right there. Moving on, we've got 2 copies of Shooting Star. I can't even read it because the sleeve covers it. Shooting Star Battle Meteor. So we got 2 copies of them, 1 being foil, which is very nice. So we've got 2 copies right there, Shooting Star Battle Meteor. Basically, you know, use your regular size 1s. For some reason, I don't have any good size 1 monsters because they're double rares and triple rares in like certain sets. And for some reason, I don't have any, and I haven't traded. So yeah, this is like some of the best size ones I have. It's kind of sad, but yeah. But still, this card is moved, so especially because there's several items, and there's a spell card, Dragon Speed, that allows you to search for items. This card can help for some extra defense as well. So 2 of those with the move ability. You know, you got your 2 critical, 4-1, 4-2-1, but you know. Then we got your regular Shadow Scare, the classic Neo Dragon. 6,000 power, which is pretty decent. 1,000 defense, a little bit low, and critical too. Again, guys, he doesn't have Soul Guard with these size ones, which is a problem. But he does have some awesome stats, and you know, he looks really cool. So, and he's some of the best size ones, which is pretty sad that I have. But yeah, we got 2 copies of him in the deck. Then this card right here, I wish I had more of it. I should get some Gal Mikado Evolution packs. But right here, we got Saphir Cemetery Star Remnant. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Can only be called to your left. But if you would call a Neo Dragon, guys, the amount of gauge you need to pay for its call cost is reduced by 1. Now, guys, you think, oh, just 1 gauge, that's not that broken. But it's really helpful, guys, and it makes a difference. And that also includes impact monsters as well. And it's not even once per turn. So, guys, it makes a difference. 3,000 power, 3,000 defense, it is size 0, so you can't use it with like Balsoleil as well. So pretty good. We got one of him in the deck. Moving on to the Dragon Arms. So we've got one biggest Dragon Arms Sonic Blast right here. Basically, if it's in Soul of a Neo Dragon, pay 1 gauge, destroy card in opponent's field. Always helpful, destroy carding. To destroy cards, sorry, my mistake. We've got, Dragon Arms Radiant Alma. Basically, a 6 life or less, you can pay 1 gauge and give your Neo Dragon double attack, which is super useful. We got 2 of him in the deck. We've got Dragon Arms Artillery right here. Basically, nullify ability, size 2 or less monster in battle. Then we've got two Dragon Arms Elgar Cannon, sorry, my mistake, to give 2,000 more power and critical +1. Only have 2 of him, unfortunately. I didn't want to put in Jack cards because I realized that cards like Battle de Soleil wouldn't be able to use it, unfortunately, so I didn't put too many in. Or, actually, I didn't put any in. We got Dragon Arms Charger right here. If one is put from the field or drops out into Soul of Neo Dragon, you can pay 1 gauge, draw a card. Always helpful to draw cards. We got 1 copy of him. We got Dragon Arms Cavalier, give your Neo Dragon Penetrate. We've got Dragon Arms, what's it called? Road Worker, yeah. Basically, if it's Soul of a Neo Dragon, you pay 1 gauge, destroy size 1 or less monster in your opponent's field, which is pretty useful sometimes. I also have another spell card for destroying size 1 or less, so it's kind of a defensive / offensive. It is counter, so you can use it during your opponent's turn as well. So 2 copies of him right there. We've got 2 copies of Dragon Arms Vogel right here. Basically giving your Neo Dragon move, so you can also defend yourself while using an item. So we got 2 copies of him right there. We've got 1 copy of Dragon Arms Garble Anchor, I believe it's called. Sorry, I can't read this because of the sleeve. Yeah, Dragon Arms Garble Anchor right there. You know, I mean, it is a pretty high cost, but when your opponent casts a spell, you can pay 1 gauge, 1 life, and nullify the spell. So basically what nullify does is just stops its effect, like, it's basically become nullified. You guys know what I mean, and it's sent to the drop zone. So if you really need to nullify, it's pretty helpful for certain situations, especially if your opponent has like a really annoying set spell, like for example for calling Mysteria, you can follow their plans. We've got Jack Arms J Galaxin. I said that completely wrong. I'm sorry, guys. It's a size 3 Dragon Arms. What am I saying? So if it's a Soul of a monster with Jackknife's card name, this card gets critical. That card gets critical +1. Which is pretty helpful. I mean, just these 2 cards alone will give you critical 4, which is pretty good. And also, if it's in the soul of an impact monster with Jackknife, and it attacks alone, it can't be nullified. So again, what I talked about before with the Galactico Punisher. So we got Dragon Arms J Galaxon right there, only 1 copy, unfortunately. And then the final Dragon Arms, we got Dragon Arms, I can't read this again. See, this is why I don't like some of, I have the Ultra Pro matte sleeves. I don't really like them because the silver dot covers them up. Dragon Arms Nano Break. Sorry if I said that right. Basically, 2 gauge destroy monster opponent's field if you really need to. So I really did have to size down this deck. Again, I do want to change it. I feel like this deck could be a lot better. Guys, tell me in the comments below what you think of the deck. Again, if you think I should have more monsters or recommend what Dragon Arms, guys. We've got 3 Fate information. This card is amazing, especially for Star Dragon World decks. Pay 1 gauge, reveal top 3 cards of your deck, and put up to 1 size 2 or less monster or item from among them into your hand and rest into your drop zone. So again, you're getting cards to drop zone and a card into your hand for only 1 gauge, which is pretty decent. So 3 of them right there. And you can also get Dragon Force, whatever. So we got 3 copies of that card right there. I just realized I flipped it over. So we got 2 Proto Barriers. Proto Barriers. Sorry, my mistake. You can only cast this card being attacked. Basically, nullify attack. Top card deck into gauge. Because a lot of the cards in this deck need a lot of gauge to be called, so yeah, I realized that the deck needed some more gauge. We got 2 electric sources right here, again, more gauge. You guys can pause the video, have a look at the effect, because I don't want to take up too much time. You guys can see right there, basically its ability, you can get up to 3 gauge if you meet the requirements. We've got 2 Mirage Visions right here. Basically, you can use one of the cast costs, which is put a soul from Neo Dragon on your field into your drop zone or pay 2 gauge. During any attack on your opponent's turn, you get to nullify attack and gain 1 life, and this card cannot be nullified. Moving on, we've got 2 Corvus Cyclers. Usually this card is put Dragon Arms into your drop zone, but yeah, you get to put 1 Dragon Arms in your deck, into your gauge or drop zone, and shuffle your deck. So, we got 2 copies of those right there. I got this mixed up, guys, I'm sorry. There's a Dragon Arms right here, which I somehow got mixed up. We got Dragon Arms Telnata. Basically, when it's put from your field or drop zone into your Neo Dragon, top card deck can gauge. Again, more gauge if needed. So, I got that mixed up. Sorry about that. We've got Soul Arms right here. Defensive spell card. Unfortunately, you can only use it during your opponent's turn, but it is pretty decent. You get destroy size 2 or less monster in your opponent's field. So there is nothing, no counter for size 3, which is a little unfortunate. I do have destroy cards, but yeah. We've got 2 Starjack Boost, really good card in my opinion. You can only cast this card if your life is 7 or more. Get top card deck into your gauge and draw a card, which is amazing. So we got 2 of those right there in the deck. Moving on, we got 2 Dragonair's Beat right here. Basically, pay 1 gauge. Again, you can only use it if your buddy's in Neo Dragon has Jackknife in his card name. Right here. Star Dragonair Jackknife. Pay 1 gauge. Choose and use one of the following 2. You may only cast Dragonair's Beat once per turn. Choose and use one of the following 2. You may only... I'm repeating myself, guys. Pay 1 life, basically get 1 item, put it into your hand for this turn, and then you can also give your item power plus 2000, critical plus 1. So you can use this on Dragon Force, you know, if you want to get critical of 2, quadruple attack, deal that 8 damage if you can land all your hits, or also search up for Dragon Force if you need it. So, 2 of those right there. Guys, I swear, I'm losing my voice right here. The final spell card, guys, Number of Staff. I decided to throw this card in because why not? Basically, get your Dragon Arms from your drop zone into this card's soul when you cast it, and then you can call the Dragon Arms. Now, the problem that I have with this card is I don't have, like, the right Dragon Arms, in my opinion. So, the problem is, if I have, like, Balsilea in my field, I can't call, like, size 1 or 2's Dragon Arms unless I destroy Balsilea, which obviously I don't want to. So, that's a big problem. But it's still really good if I have Jack on the field and there's some Dragon Arms in the soul. I can call it and then cross nice into Jack. So yeah, we've got 1 of those in the deck. Moving on to the items, guys. We've got 2 single star Barrier. I can't even read it. Barrier Barret. Sorry, my mistake. It's really good because it has the ability to nullify Penetrate, and it can attack even if you have monster in your center. So in case you don't have any cards with move, you can still bring it. You can still attack. Just get that little more offense and defense. Sorry, more offense. Its ability: put this card from field, drop zone. If you do for this turn, nullify Penetrate of all cards on the field. That does include yours as well, but obviously since it's a counter, you would use it during your opponent's turn. So we got 2 of those right there. Moving on, we've got 2 copies of Star Magnum Dragonapulse. This card, is amazing. 1 gauge, 1 life to equip, which is kind of high, not too bad though. Critical up to 5,000 power. When this card deals damage to your opponent, top card of your deck into your gauge, and at the end of the battle that this card attacked, you discard a card from your hand and draw a card. So you can also put your Neo Dragons or whatever you don't want into your drop zone and get a fresh new card. And also, if you draw an Impact Monster, you can bring it out, surprise your opponent if you're that lucky somehow. But yeah, we got 2 copies of that. And finally, guys, the card you've all been waiting for, Star Dragon World Dragon Force right there. Check out Tsuku in all his glory. 6 life or less, you have a monster with Jackknife's card name on your field. That's a release condition. Equip cost, pay 2 gauge. This card cannot be destroyed, no return to hand, and its ability cannot be nullified. Quadruple attack, which is 4 attacks. 6,000 power and a critical of 1. So guys, if you can get Dragonair's Beat onto this, which because I wanted to really build the deck more around monsters. I could have built it more around Dragon Force, but I didn't want to. Again, I only have 1 copy of it in the deck. This is the only copy that I have. But yeah, guys, if you can get Dragonair's Beat, maybe 2 Dragonair's Beat on it, critical of 3 with quadruple attack, do the math, 3 times 4, that's 12 damage if you can land all those hits. So yeah, guys, pretty decent deck in my opinion. It's not the best, and I really want to know what you guys have to say about it, because I saw a lot of you guys requesting this, more than the Zeta deck. The Zeta deck will be coming soon. Also, I want to know, do you guys want to see Demons or Gem Clone Origin Breaker in the deck? Because I could build it either way. I'm going to try and build it, most likely Gem Clone Origin Breaker. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching.